Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to the two-part special edition of Solo Board Game Night. I haven't used that name in a while. In part one, in case you missed it, whenever it went up, I covered the city exploration part of this game. If we have time, we might do a little bit more of that at the end of this video, but for now, I want to get into a quest. And we're going to be doing quest number 19, the Ascent. A Kinfire lighthouse in the town of Radmer has been attacked. Rumours are floating around that a dragon is involved, but how reliable is town gossip, really? So, to start out with, and to go on this adventure, I'm gonna do some different setup, because we don't need that right now, but I am gonna bring in our Kinfire decks. So, you can see I have little icons, they're called chits in the game, of each character's face, just so I remember which deck is whose, because I'm playing with 3 different characters at the same time. These are part of the combat mechanic, actually, but since there are spares, since there are some left over, when not playing 2-player, I thought, why not just, use them to denote each character deck. So, here we have Vane, Asha, and Roland. This is just their, standard art as well. Nothing special. And you'll see why we need that there when we start. So let's... Quest number 19 is 163. I'll do this off camera so I'm not giving you any spoilers accidentally, in case you want to play this yourself someday. It is a really fun game, I would really recommend it. So, 19, we're doing number 19 here. Silly me. Here we go. Quest number 19, the Ascent. Very small, isn't it? Guildmaster Lyra dismisses a few younger seekers when you arrive in her office. You've rushed here as quickly as possible. But she seems annoyed at the late hour. We've received an urgent cry from the town of Radmer, she explains. The lighthouse has been destroyed. Another attack. Ooh. You're gonna wish it was. But no, this time, a dragon is to blame. A dragon? This far south? Likely driven here by the darkness. It has taken the ember from Radmer's lighthouse, and you'll be the ones retrieving it. Us. Retrieving it? From a dragon? That's what we say. Lyra says, they believe it may have been taken to... They believe it may have taken the ember to its lair atop Mount Teza. So, slay the dragon, ask it nicely, hit it on the head, and go through its pockets. I care not. Just get it done. Open the atlas to map 23. Oh, so we do need the map space. Well, that's annoying. What can I do? I guess if I put each character's deck on their dashboards here, you can see all of them. So then at least we can, giving you a sneak peek. So at least then we can see. Because the character decks are actually a part of exploration here. I'll just pop these down here. Right. What does it say? Open the atlas to map... Open the atlas to map 23. Choose a Seeker's standee to represent the location of the party. When the party reaches a space, read the encounter indicated on the space. When an encounter tells you to continue your journey, follow an arrow to a new space. If there's more than one arrow, decide which one. Choose which one. If there's more than one arrow, choose which one your party will follow. Very cool. This looks like a very different sort of quest than the rest of the game, which is very interesting to me. Wow. Here we go. Look at this. So this is our map here. Let's use Fane, because I like him the best. You're gonna have to be careful with spoilers here. You arrive in the town of Radmer, as you can see. The grey peak of Mount Teza is looming overhead. A huge crescent-shaped hollow on the western side of the mountain gives the impression of a vast claw reaching desperately for the sun. Whoa, it does. That's very cool. I'll give you a little close-up in a second. The townspeople have already begun repairing the damaged lighthouse. If you can hear my dog in the background, she's dreaming. She's dreaming very, very hard, and that causes her to... She like runs in place while she's sleeping. It's so cute. Sometimes she does like little barks in her sleep as well. It's adorable. The townspeople have already begun repairing the damaged lighthouse. Scaffolding has been constructed and the air is filled with the rhythmic thunking of hammers. It seems the entire town has come out to help. The people appear determined and hopeful, despite a starless night looming in the near future. Their fate, you realise, hasn't been in focus this entire time, is up to you. We gain 1 fate token, and then proceed to the tavern. Go to 19-2. Here are our little fate tokens. We can only have 3 at a time, as you can see over there. I'm actually shocked that I almost have the full game in focus. That never happens. Put that up there. There's dog hair everywhere. Don't worry about it. Just as I was putting that there, I was like, that's a dog hair. Whatever. 19-2. You find the warm tavern mostly empty, apart from a flurry of cooks preparing pots of stew for the workers and a couple of locals taking a break. You ask around and see what you can find out. Each seeker flips a 1 card. If you're playing with 2 seekers, flip 2 instead. For each blue card revealed, choose 1. Fane chats amicably with a trapper. He may flip +1. So we're going to flip 1 card with each character. Fane flips 2. One. That's a nope from Roland. Let's do a little bit of setup over here. Asha. That's a blue card. It's half blue, half green, which means that we can use it as either result. Luckily. There are red, green, and blue cards in the game, as well as white cards, which are every colour, and then black cards, which are no colour. Fane flips a white, which is both, and then a blue. So that is 3 topics we can choose from. Oh, I completely forgot. We get to open up this as well. Plenty of secret things that you can't see yet, and neither can I, but we do need the pack of cards. I'll set these off to the side. There we go. So, for each blue card revealed, we have 3. So, ask about Mount Teza, ask about the gap. Where's the gap? Maybe that's like different directions we can go. To ask about the dragon, to ask about the stew, take memory 19D. I think that's a waste. I think that's a waste of time. So let's take memory A, B, and C from the deck here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of memories in here. A, B, and C. So, let's read these one by one. You ask about Mount Tesa. Radmar is a town of hunters, trappers, and stonemasons. The locals explain to you that most of their resources and materials are gathered from the mountain. Long ago, there was a monastery near the peak, with long stone stairways connecting buildings on the slope. The monastery fell into disuse during the war and remains empty. Some of the stairways are still intact on the eastern slope. These could make your ascent easier if you choose to take that route. Interesting. So, east, so that's this way. Very interesting. Next one. You ask about the hollow in the western side of Mount Tesa, so I guess that's like here. The locals are only too eager to tell the harrowing tale. 2 years ago, a starless night fell over Radmar and the surrounding area. Though Radmar's lighthouse protects the town, the darkness consumed a huge chunk of the mountain. It was as if a great creature had bitten into the slope like an apple. They now call this part of the mountain the Hollow. The darkness left strange things in the hollow, and locals advise you to steer clear of it. That said, scholars and treasure hunters venture into it from time to time in search of valuable rarities. Interesting. So I guess bad option, but might get us some cool loot. You gonna focus? There we go. Right, and our last card. You ask about the dragon. They say her name is Nalari, at least in the common tongue. Only days ago, she attacked Radmar, destroyed its lighthouse, and stole its Kinfire ember. Many died trying to fend her off. Nalari arrived only a few months ago to make her lair atop Mount Tesa. Now, people who venture up the mountain have a tendency to go missing. Most folks believe the dragon to be the cause. That would be likely. Dragons, as most know, prefer the light of day, drawing energy from direct sunlight. They abhor the darkness, perhaps even more than the people of Radmar. Whenever she's spotted, it's always on the eastern side of the mountain. She seems to avoid the hollow on the western side. Interesting. So that gives us some good information. Namely, this side would be... In fact, I'll show you. We have... This way would be an easier climb, but the dragon... Pardon me, the dragon might be around here. Or, no, it just has more, now it's hiccuping. Or we can go through this way. And it's riskier, but good treasure and no dragon, potentially. So, that's a lot to consider. Very, very cool. When you are finished, continue your journey. So let's head on to up here, 1903. While scenic, the foothills of Mount Tesa prove difficult. Every path seems choked by thorny bushes or blocked by fallen trees and rocks. Each seeker flips 2 cards. Every seeker who does not reveal a red card gains 1 exhaustion. Every seeker who did not reveal a green card gains 1 exhaustion. White and multicolored cards can only count for 1 color. Okay, right. So let's go for Roland first. That is a white and a blue. Unfortunately for Roland, he takes 1 exhaustion. Yeah. This is an exhaustion card. It is basically a waste. It's a waste of a card slot. Let's go for... I've messed that up. Let's go for Asha first. Next. That is green. And now just a red, please. Now a red. Oh, that's a white. So that will count as red. Awesome. Asha is safe from exhaustion. Never faint. My dog's getting comfy. That's a white card. Fantastic. And a red card. So the white card is green for this turn. So only Roland takes an exhaustion. That's pretty damn good. Eventually, the sparse trees grow to a dense thicket. You see evidence of one-time footpaths. They are overgrown from disuse. Though you see evidence of one-time footpaths, they are overgrown from disuse. Okay. Let's keep going then. 1905. I'm gonna hide this one. Come on, Gavin. The path ahead is blocked by dense, thorny bush. There's no way forward but to force your way through. Each seeker flips 2 cards to cut through the bush. To cut through, we're going to need 5 red cards. And if we fail, each seeker takes 2 exhaustion cards. That sucks, but okay. So collectively, we need 5 red. That's bad because we don't have, I don't know if you can see from these little lines on our things. Thane has, out of 9, he has 2 red cards. Asha has 2 red cards. And Roland has 3 red cards. So that's bad. That is bad, right. Let's check for Roland. First one is blue. Second one is red. So that is 1. Asha. First one is white. Second one is green. Okay. So, yeah, we can't make it. We can't make it, but we'll pull for Fane while we're here. That's a green and a blue. Okay, so everyone takes 2 exhaustion cards. Gosh, dang, that sucks. Pop these in there. I'll pop them in the discard pile, because what happens when we start combat is it all gets shuffled back in anyway, so let me read this to you. Exhausted. Lingering status. No matter how great the hero's spirit, the body has its limits. You can feel yourself starting to reach yours. When you discard your hand, suffer 1 damage for each exhaustion card in your hand that you discard. You may ignore this effect if you discard the card at any other time. This card is only removed when you sleep at an inn, which is why it's so annoying. Okay, right, let's continue. Yeah. As you emerge from the forest foothills, the peak of Mount Teza rises ahead of you, shrouded in fog. What is that on screen? There we go. The path diverges to the east and west, but away from the fork you spot a small hunting cabin. Smoke rises from the chimney. When you knock, a dwarf in rugged leathers opens the door. He lets you in and introduces himself as Barris. Barris's hospitality only extends as far as a cup of tea for each of you before he ushers you out with a warning. It is a dangerous path up in the mountain if you don't know what you're doing. Don't tell me what accent that was. I don't want to know. That was awful. But anyway, fair enough. Let's continue. Oh, right, that would have been that one, right. So, do we go east or west? East seems like the safer option. But that might be where the dragon is. But then we might catch her by surprise. But then she also might ambush us. Then if we go the other way, it's probably going to be more challenging. But we might get some good loot out of it. We might get some cool new experience. I'm so sorry. That was awful. let's do the hollow. Let's go this way. Adventure! You carefully descend into the hollow on the western side of the mountain. A strange vista lies before you. It's as if a piece of Mount Teza has been swallowed up from beneath it, leaving a vast hole in its space. That's not in... There we go. Leaving a vast hole in its space, with the slope of the mountain jutting out over the empty hollow. The familiar ground, tree roots, clumps of weeds, leafy brush, gives way to a surreal terrain as the path descends. The ground is spongy beneath your feet. You step into a flat rock, only to find your boots sinking as if into mud. We gain 1 fate. We already have 3 fate, so that doesn't do anything. I think technically in the rules as written, you just collect fate tokens, but you can only use 3 per fight. But I think that's a little OP. So for me, I've been playing as like, you have 3 total. If you have 3 and it tells you to take more, you don't get them. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Each seeker flips 2 cards and gains 1 exhaustion for each non-red card revealed. To be fair, we haven't had many red cards yet, so... Roland, red, and a red. No exhaustion for Mr. Wordforger. Asha, that's a red. And that's a red. Oh my god. I don't get lucky in this in this game very often. Fane, this is where it'll fall apart, I promise, because he has like no red cards in his deck. Okay, that's a red. And that's a white. So that counts as red. Hell yes. Right. Let's head up here to 1911. See if I can hide this. I don't want you to read any of the ones we've not done, so... God, my hand is so pale. Further into the hollow, you encounter a stretch of swampy bog. The bubbling liquid has an unsettling red colour, and you smell the sharp scent of sulphur. Formations of glittering black crystals hang from the ceiling overhead. You look for a path around the swamp, but the only way to cross seems to be a few small stones rising in the murk. Each seeker flips 3 cards and suffers 1 damage for each non-green card revealed. If any seeker reveals a blue card, they may gain 1 exhaustion to grab a chunk of the black crystal, which you can sell for a good price. Gain 2 coin. Awesome. Right. This is, 1911. Right. 3 cards each. Number 1, that is 1 damage. 2 damage. That is... Oh, that's a green. You can see down the bottom there. So that is 2 damage to Roland. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll just move the little turn wheel down there. You can just see that. Asha. Blue, red, and red. She takes 3 damage. Oh, and she also actually... She got a blue card as well, so I'm going to take an exhaustion to grab one of the things. To grab that rock that I mentioned. Here's my little coin pouch. You can see I'm running out of coin because there's so much over there. But I always need more coin. I always need more coin. Right, this subsidizes my tavern visit. So it works out. And then Fane, we need greens, don't we? 1 green, 2 green, And a blue. Okay, he takes 1 damage as well. That's fine. That's fine. Because you know what? We sure as hell did not run into the dragon. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. I'm so silly. Asha only pulls 1 card. And since the first card she pulled was the blue card, she only loses 1 health. And I get to keep my coin. Fantastic. Silly me, silly me. You can see it says it there. Asha leaps effortlessly between the stones. She only flips 1 card. Okay, let's keep going. Right to the top. After many hours spent ascending Mount Teza, you're nearly to the summit. Down below, you see the village of Radmar, so small in the distance. You remind yourselves that the townspeople down there are counting on you, waiting in hope for your return. Just up ahead, on a ledge, you see the opening of a cave, the dragon's lair. You steel yourselves for battle, but before you can reach the ledge, the dragon roars a warning and comes out to meet you. You dare trespass on my mountain. The dragon's voice rumbles so deeply that bits of rock fall from the cliffside. Well, my voice isn't that deep, but for the agony you are about to suffer, you have only yourselves to blame. Open the atlas to map 24. Go to 1913. It's a battle. It's a little battle. Right, let's put Vane back. And let's see. Here we go. Is that the right map? Yeah. Here we go. Here's our little combat map. My dog's having bad dreams again. That's... Oh, I'll have to fix that in a sec. You can see the book shows us how to set up combat. And this will take a minute, so we're just gonna go slowly through it. I'm not gonna rush through the combat setup process because I think it's quite fun in itself. Right, so in our little docket we have the dragon's character sheet. So Nalari here has 40 health. See her artwork here? Wow. Her skills, her top skill, the dragon snarls and stands tall. Her gold-green scales shine in the sunlight. She gains 3 health and discards all statuses, and then she refocuses. The dragon rakes long, sharp talons at anyone within reach. 6 damage to all enemies on the space. Before attacking, Nalari refocuses. The dragon bites down with the full strength of her powerful jaws. 9 damage plus 2 hurt cards up there. When moving to make this attack, Nalari can cross red lines. Whoa, that's bad. That's real bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I need to clear some space off. Here. Put that up here. I'm gonna put Nalari's card over here. Literally just here. There's no space on camera, but you know, that's fine. And then, also in here, no, nothing. Also in here is her little standee. Now we have little plastic stands for the enemies. This is cardboard, but it's like really high quality cardboard, and it has that same sort of like canvassing pattern on it as the paper before. Absolutely beautiful, and that sits right there. We're gonna put our enemy, put ourselves up as well. So that's two of us up here. Let's put Asha and Fane, and then let's put Roland behind there. We also have a focus token. This focus token sits on the dashboard of each character. Nalari here focuses on the character with the most health. The most health. So right now, that is Fane with 12. So that'll sit right there, and you'll see it as we go. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to show you more of Roland's and stuff here. So, I think one of the last things to do before we just get stuck right in is we have to reshuffle everyone's decks. Then we'll set Nalari's skills up, and then we'll set her health up, and then that's us. And then we're ready to go. Oh man, I love this game. It's so relaxing to me. So much. I should be doing this on camera, shouldn't I? I think it's such a fun game, and it's like, it's a full campaign. Like it's a full, like campaign RPG. It's fully in depth, but it's just so quick and easy to get into and grasp, and it's been so much fun. Solo. I fully recommend this game if you're looking to play solo. I'm having an absolute blast. So I'm gonna keep the character decks over here off screen, just so that I can, pull cards and discard piles and keep everything organized on my own. Should reorganize this. You'll see each character has a Kinfire Lantern. These are special attacks that they can use when their skills refresh. When their hand refreshes, I mean. Very, very cool. I think this might be the most competent video I've put together of a game, because I've played I don't know. I've played eight quests of the main campaign, and then 3 other side quests. So I played 11 games, 11 quests in this game. Oh my goodness. There are 21 in the game, so I'm about halfway through the game. Maybe just over halfway through, but still having an absolute blast, and I feel like I don't feel like I've seen everything. I feel like I've barely seen anything. But no, this game feels like a video game in the best way. In a way that I've struggled to connect with some other games. Like, this game just does it so effortlessly. And in such style as well. That is Asha all shuffled. And now last but not least, let's get Fane shuffled. Shuffled. Here we go. This is lovely. It's nice getting to record in a new place as well, so I'm not cooped up in my room all the time. I'm still trying to find a space that I like the most. I'm not sure if this will become permanent, or I doubt it, but I do like sitting here. It's nice. It's nice to be a proper table, rather than my poorly cleared desk or the floor, which is what most of my videos are. But I'm trying to steer away from the floor, because it's oh no. You're just sitting staring at the floor for an hour, and your back hurts so bad. I wish I get that looked into. At way one. Anyway, that's us all ready there. I'm going to set the adventure book up here so you can just see it. We're going to set an enemy dial to 40, and where can we place it that you guys can see? Because I want you guys to see it. Maybe like here. And there we go. That is covering the rules, but I know the rules. We're fine. And then we also have these tokens here. These are the enemies' skill tokens, where basically, I don't know if I can show you, but each of her 3 skills correlates to these numbers, as well as the darkness icon there, and those correlate to tokens, or chits, as they're called, in this dog ear covered destiny bag. And that is how gameplay runs. I usually don't bother with them though, and sometimes the game is built around you using them, I should say, but sometimes it works out alright if you don't, because like the amount of space this game takes up is much more than my dining room table can supply. So I'm just gonna sort of keep the adventure book over by this side so I can cross-reference that. And with that, I believe... Oh my goodness, how silly. I completely forgot that I have to pull character hands. 6, 7... So, for playing with 3 characters, each of our characters is going to pull 7 cards from their deck. And I just looked at what the first card is. Immediately we have an exhaustion. But we have 2 exhaustion. I just shoved them to the deck. Okay. So we have... I'll just go through these. We have 2 boost cards. This one, Firebolt. Block 1 damage for another player. And then we have a white, Bodyguard's Blow. Boost another Seeker's attack by 1 damage. For our actions, we have Hammer and Tongs. Roland rears back to swing his hammer, and with a flash of fire, he is next to his enemy, with a striking a resounding blow. 3 damage. This black aura means that it draws focus, so this focus token would move to him after playing, and that also inflicts stun. And then there's also a little extra effect down here. Before attacking, you may move to the same space as your target. We have Test of Metal. All enemies suffer 1 damage per status on them. And then we have Bodyguard's Blow. After attacking, every other seeker in your space gains 1 shield, 1 armor. Oh, he also has an armor. There we go. I guess I'll set that like here. And then Asha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't go through the decks all the time just because it might get a little repetitive, but I always... And she has 1 shield. I always organize them so the boost cards are at the front, because these boost cards are played on other characters' turns. And then the actions are what you play on your turn. So, even if you're, playing this at a table and, like, someone's not getting to do anything, like, it's all, like, 1 or 2 people who are getting all of their turns and then no one else is getting any, you can still be an active participant by boosting their actions and helping them out, which is very handy. So we have block 2 damage, boost by 1 damage, and then give another seeker the ability to draw or discard a card. We have Blinding Flash, which is green. I don't know why it looks so dark. Which is 1 damage, and you can place the stun condition on up to 3 on up to 3 actions of an enemy. Poison Barb, 0 damage, but it inflicts 3 stacks of hurt, which is really good. It's really good. Scorpion Strike, 2 damage, and you gain +1 movement. If you play an action with a printed damage of 2 or less, you may immediately play this action afterwards. And then we have Asha's Dagger. After playing or discarding this card during battle, you may put it back on top of your deck. Which is awesome. Pop that there. And then for Fane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna get like all exhaustion cards on her. Oh, none. Interesting. Okay. So we have draw or discard, restore 1 health, boost another seeker's attack by 2 damage, and then block 2 damage for another seeker. Then we have Pestilent Blade. This is one of the new cards I added, so I'm excited to try it. After attacking, place a different status of your choice on up to 3 of your target's active abilities. So it's like, you can't put 3 of the same, you can't put 2 of the same, it has to be, each one is different. We have Mystic Slam. After attacking, you may move your targets up to 2 spaces each. A moved target suffers +1 damage for each space you move them. And then lastly we have Fate's Lament. When played, gain 1 health. While this card's in play, each time a seeker plays a blue action, they may gain 1 health. I'm going to be so honest, I always forget to heal characters with this active, but I'll try and do better this time. Now, it is time to begin. Let's draw the first chit here, and it is the darkness token. Okay, darkness goes up on this time track here. Once the time track is full, the bag resets. So darkness is tied to this bottom action. The dragon bites down with the full strength of her powerful jaws. When moving to make this attack, Nalari can cross red lines. It is a good thing that I don't think she has to. She's going to move here. And since that is a melee attack, it does not show a bow. Both characters and enemies can only move up to 1 space, unless aided by actions. So she can't attack, she can't reach Fane. We are all good. Thank God. But if she attacks us again, we're screwed. That is a 7. A 7. Normal ones just go over here. What is 7? The middle. The dragon rakes long, sharp talons at anyone within reach. Before attacking, she refocuses. That's fine. She's still focused on Fane. So she is going to go here. And she is going to do 6 damage to both Asha and Fane. Now, I'm going to use 1 boost action from Fane to block from Asha. I'm going to use her 2 boost to block from Fane. Does Fane have any... he does have a block card. So I guess we'll use this on Asha. I'll use that one on Asha. So, Asha used a block 2, so that means that Fane takes 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both Roland and Fane played to block 3 damage from Asha. That was my hair. I can't blame that one on the dog. So that is, she's getting 3 damage because of her armor, That is reduced to 2. 1, 2. And once armor blocks a point of damage, which you cannot choose, it just automatically happens, that card is then lost. But you regain it. You regain it when you refresh your hand. So, with that, we are all on 8 hit points. So we're actually all pretty equal right now. Let's see what I pull out next. That's a 2. Oh no. I swear it's never been this bad before. Okay, so this is... The dragon snarls and stands tall. Her gold-green scales shine in the sunlight. She gains 3 health. She's on full health. And discards all statuses. My dog just headed to the door. Discards all statuses. She had no statuses. Then she refocuses. We're all on 8 health. So I'm going to say she just stays on Fane, because it's like, my logic for it is she's like, if she sees that we're all on equal footing, well, she's like, she wouldn't think to refocus. She'd just be like, oh, you know, I'll just keep willing on that guy, because he's still fine. Next is, oh, I looked at it before, I pulled it out, so I have to play it. It's number 6. These are all the enemy tokens. All of the numbered ones are enemy tokens. So number 6 is that middle one again, which is 6 damage to both Asha and Fane, which takes both of them down. Can I not do anything about this? No, I can't. Oh my god. Which will take them both down to 2 damage. Can Roland do anything about this? No. No, he can't, is the answer. I guess I just take the damage. I can play Fane's heal one for Asha, so that's only 5 damage. No, hold on, no. I can't play that on an enemy attack, silly me. That has to be on one of our attacks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I mention that if even one of us drops to 0 health, the mission is over? So I'm worried. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a fate token. We're gonna put that into the void box. I don't know if you saw me there, jeez. And what that does is that allows me to pick out, that allows me to pick out 4 tokens instead of 1, and I get to choose. So I get to choose between Roland and Fane here. I'm going to leave these out and I'm going to have a quick look through their decks. Pestilent Blade might be handy. Mystic Slam could be good because we can push it away while we organize. Yes. And then I can play that ward to let us heal. So yes, I am going to do that. So I'm going to play that ward here, Fate's Lament. So that is going to heal me up by 1. That also means that anyone who plays a blue card is going to heal 1 damage. So I'm now going to play Mystic Slam, which is 1 damage, draws focus, but pushes 2 away, and I'm going to boost that to hell. Okay, Asha only has 1 that I can boost. So that is now 2 damage, and same with Roland. So that is 3 damage plus 1. Okay. So it turns out this is going to be a 3-part series instead of a 2-part series. Cool. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you, hopefully, into the new year. Goodbye, my friends, and I will see you next week with part 3.